Yes, Kenya. Tamu sana, yes, tamu sana. Some few minutes ago, the Star Kenya quoted the president as saying this. The Star Kenya. What if Raila was injured in that attack? Kenya would have been on fire right now. That's the Star quoting what President Uhuru Kenyatta said earlier today in Pipeline Embakasi, Nairobi, about Raila's Kwanza attacks. And Oscar Sudi has immediately responded to the president. Let's have a look at Oscar Sudi's response, after which, as usual, we are going to dissect it to see what it means politically. Oscar Kipchumba Sudi, you are supposed to thank your deputy for apologizing directly to Raila Odinga. But unfortunately, your mind is filled with hatred, violence, and tribalism. You are the biggest inciter in Kenya. Then Oscar Sudi attaches that copy of the Star Kenya. What does that mean politically? That's what I want us to find out in this video. In case you've bumped here for the very first time, kindly subscribe, give this video a like. Yes, there are two critical issues I want us to understand, after which we'll just know where the truth actually lies in what Oscar Sudi might be trying to say. Yes. The first critical issue, I want us to understand the principle behind Kenya Kwanza Alliance and the principle behind Azimio. That's the first critical issue I want us to understand. And then secondly, I want us to have a look at it from a different angle, the reason that might have made Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Odinga to still to be together since 2018 up to now. Those are two critical issues which I know if we understand properly well, then we shall have just known where the truth or the lie lies in what Oscar Sudi might be saying. Yes. So let's start with the first critical issue. If you look at Kenya Kwanza Alliance of William Ruto, the principle behind that alliance is to maintain the status quo. And the status quo in this case, they want to maintain power between the Kalenjins and the Kikuyus. And that's largely the principle that has ruled Kenya since independence. Those two communities have actually been rotating power. That is the thinking behind Kenya Kwanza Alliance. Leaders from the mountain supporting William Ruto, it's their hope that William Ruto will appoint a running mate from the mountain. After which, should William Ruto exit power, then that running mate can just ascend or succeed William Ruto. That is the exact truth behind that Kenya Kwanza Alliance. And largely, if you look at William Ruto in this team, from the way they have actually been doing their campaigns, they have actually been exploiting the ethnic divisions that has always divided communities for their own political mileage. And that's why we are finding the likes of Moses Kuria actually reminding the gamer community of a 1969 oath that actually indicated that maybe somebody who was not circumcised should actually not be voted for. Yes, yes. They just want to exploit ethnic divisions that have always existed, or rather some issues that have always caused those ethnic divisions. They want to exploit that to retain power. And again, William Ruto himself, anytime he has been on the mountain, he has been trying to profile some communities, kama wale watu wa kurusha mawe, wale watu wa Kumareli. William Ruto has been cleverly trying to exploit those things that have always led to these two communities, Kikuyus and the Luos. William Ruto has been exploiting that to actually remain politically relevant. So I might be tempted to conclude that that's largely the principle that is actually driving, or rather the driving force behind Kenya Kwanza Alliance. They want to maintain the status quo. They want to maintain the balance of power between the Kikuyus and the Kalenjins. And then let's have a look at the side of Azimio. Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Odinga, and I'm saying this without taking sides. Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Amolo Odinga, they are trying to break that chain, or rather that ethnic chain that has always existed since independence. And that's why Uhuru Kenyatta might be supporting Raila Amolo Odinga. Uhuru believes that maybe it's now time, maybe other communities should also ascend to power, or rather to the presidency. That's what I'm seeing with Uhuru and Raila Amolo Odinga. And it's a given fact, ladies and gentlemen, that upon Raila maybe assuming that power, we might find Raila's successor being somebody outside, maybe somebody from a different community, not necessarily Kikuyus or the Kalenjins. So it's only commonsensical that the principle behind Azimio is that actually they want to end the kind of bad ethnic profiling, or the kind of bad ethnic divisions that has always existed since independence. William Ruto, Kenya Kwanza, they are very determined on maintaining that. That comes out very, very clearly. So it's only commonsensical that Uhuru Kenyatta is not actually an inciter or a tribalist. Uhuru Kenyatta is somebody trying to bring the country together. And that's what maybe Kenya Kwanza Alliance, they are not seeing. In fact, in a group of about, let me just use this example, assuming we have a group of 10, and out of these 10 people, 9 are witches, and we have 1 true pastor or 1 true man of God who is not a witch. They'll see that pastor or that true man of God as the witch. So maybe in Kenya Kwanza Alliance, they are seeing this Pastor Uhuru as the witch, not knowing that actually they are the witches. That is one critical issue that actually Kenyans should actually know. Kenya Kwanza Alliance, they represent the status quo. What has ruled Kenya since independence? Azimio is coming in to disrupt that status quo. That comes out clearly. And then secondly, we must also know what has kept Raila Odinga and Uhuru Kenyatta together since 2018. There are so many factors that might have kept these two leaders together. But there is one interesting bit of it that maybe I want to let Kenyans know here. If largely you listen to Raila Odinga, even long before Uhuru Kenyatta endorsed him, Raila was very honest and very truthful with Uhuru Kenyatta. Raila was not actually pretending to please Uhuru Kenyatta. Raila has actually been stating facts as they are. And Raila Odinga had never even shied from referring to Uhuru Kenyatta kama mamba. You know, after the handshake, Raila has been on record saying, walifika mahali wakakutana na mamba. And he has never shied away from stating that. Uhuru Kenyatta has been having no problem with that. And Raila, in fact, for those who have been keen, there are even some instances, Raila has actually been even chiding Uhuru Kenyatta that alikuwa anakimbia peke yake kama mchawi. And Uhuru Kenyatta largely has been having no problem with that. Raila has also been on record reminding even Kenyans and even Uhuru Kenyatta of how he saw himself as the president of Kenya. What am I trying to say? I'm trying to say that Raila, in all his political undertakings, after his handshake with Uhuru Kenyatta, Raila has not been behaving in a way to pretend to please Uhuru Kenyatta, but Raila has actually been very truthful. And I know that might have earned some trust, or rather he might have earned Uhuru Kenyatta's trust just as a result of that, because Uhuru knows that this is a very honest man, a very truthful man, a man who is not pretending. That might have kept Raila and Uhuru Kenyatta together. And I'm seeing Uhuru Kenyatta just doing that today. In fact, when Uhuru Kenyatta was speaking today in Pipeline, Uhuru Kenyatta was just stating the truth, because it's a given fact that if Raila could have been injured in Uasin Gishu, we could have been talking of a different story today. That's exactly what Uhuru Kenyatta said in Pipeline Embakasi. And that's what Kenya Kwanza, through Oscar Sudi, are seen to be inciting, and they're now branding Uhuru Kenyatta as the biggest inciter. The truth of the matter is that Kenya Kwanza Alliance are not actually being truthful with Kenyans. They are actually pretending. And that's largely what has been ailing this country. So from where I sit, ladies and gentlemen, as I conclude, Oscar Sudi's post is far off the mark. The truth of the matter is that Uhuru Kenyatta is just trying to be truthful. Uhuru Kenyatta is trying to bring the country together on the foundation, or rather based on the foundation of truthfulness. Oscar Sudi and his team, they are actually trying to pretend to bring Kenyans together on the foundation of falsehood, pretext. That's what I'm seeing here. And you know, for true reconciliation to happen, there must be some level of truthfulness. Otherwise, ladies and gentlemen, just as I did state when we were starting, in case you've bumped here for the very first time, kindly subscribe, give this video a like. Thank you, God bless you, God bless Kenya.